Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing a skincare related video, and this is all about celery juice and my experience trying celery juice. So I wanted to kind of break this down for you guys because I find this really interesting, and I've been seeing kind of the celery juice craze all over Instagram the last several months. And I learned about this on a podcast, and all of this kind of information is from the medical medium, who I won't quote all his like scientific stuff and all his theories and stuff, but if you're interested you can look up the medical medium, and he has an Instagram and a bunch of books and other resources where you can learn about the benefits of celery juice. But I've been seeing quite a few YouTubers kind of do this I tried celery juice thing. I just recently watched Sam Ozcorral, I don't know how to say her last name, but Sam's video on her experience trying celery juice for 5 days, and I was kind of inspired to share my specific experience with it. And so if you guys are interested to see what I thought of celery juicing, then stay tuned. So I first found out about celery juice back in, I think, October, and then for the entire month of November I did 30 days of juicing celery every single day. So if you kind of read the medical medium stuff and all this stuff online, you're supposed to drink 16 ounces of organic celery juice in the morning on an empty stomach, kind of as the first thing in the day. And it has all kinds of benefits for different, I believe, autoimmune disease, liver conditions, blah, 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 lots of different medical stuff. Again, you can look that up and definitely like consult your doctor or whatever before you try anything like this, anything health related. I would say I'm not an expert, but I tried it because of the benefits of curing acne. I saw a lot of success stories on Instagram about people who saw really good results having their acne, psoriasis, eczema, other skin conditions really cleared up from incorporating celery juice. And it seemed kind of like an easy thing to add into my routine. It wasn't like a huge diet shift where I had to like, you know, become a raw vegan and like totally change everything, but just incorporate celery juice in the morning on an empty stomach. So that's what I did. I did it for 30 days in all of November, and I saw really great results with my skin. I was seeing amazing results, even to the point where my workout partner in the morning was like, because that's when I show up with no makeup, was like, wow, your skin's looking really good. And normally I have kind of a lot of red, angry breakouts on my face. My skin's been pretty good the last couple years, but I still have breakouts, and with no makeup at the gym, when you're kind of red and sweating, they really show. So my skin was looking way better, way calmer, way more even toned. I was not getting any breakouts. Before I started, I was really having a problem with hormonal breakouts particularly. So like all these around my chin, I was starting to get kind of a really bad breakout again. My skin was kind of the worst it had been in a while. So that's what really prompted me to try this, because I wanted to clear those up, and they totally cleared up. I was getting those kind of like deep under the skin ones that took a few days to kind of come out, if they came to a head at all, and then they would just like, you'd pop them and then oil would seep out of them forever, and it was just disgusting. So after juicing 16 ounces a day for a month, I really saw a huge difference in my skin, and I wanted to share a couple like tips I have for juicing. So you're supposed to buy organic celery. So when I went to the store, they were out. So this bag I have here is non-organic, but organic of course is recommended, and it takes 2 like heads of celery. So this bag has 2 kind of heads of celery in it, and it takes this much to make 16 ounces. You can start off with just 8, or as much as you want. Obviously you don't have to do any of this, but what I've read was you can start out with 8 and kind of work your way up to the full 16. So that's what I did at first. I was kind of drinking 8 for like a week or so, several days, and then I kind of transitioned to drinking the full 16. The taste is not great. At first I was also squeezing half a lemon in there, and the lemon juice really cuts the flavor, makes it taste amazing. But supposedly you get the best benefits from drinking it straight, so I kind of weaned myself off of the lemon and just have been drinking it straight, and now I'm at the point where I can totally drink it straight. The other thing I was doing back in November was prepping the celery ahead of time. So when it comes like this, you have to wash it. Celery has a lot of like dirt on it and stuff, so you have to wash it, and then I would trim off kind of the white edges, or if there was any kind of, bad edges that weren't fresh, then I would kind of trim those off and kind of cut them into pieces and leave them in a Tupperware in the fridge, and then juice it fresh in the morning, so I didn't have to spend all the time washing it in the morning. So I would kind of prep a few days at a time, and then I would just be able to grab those Tupperwares out of the fridge and juice them really quick. My other tip for juicing in the morning is to just rinse your juicer out. So my juicer, like pretty much all juicers I've seen, has like 8 different parts you have to take apart and clean, which is very tedious and time consuming, and that is probably the hardest part of celery juicing because it's like kind of a big time commitment to prepare the celery, juice it, and then clean the juicer and then do it all again the next day. So I found that the best strategy is rinsing the juicer off right away after you make the celery juice. So while I'm drinking my juice, I'm just rinsing it off. I don't do the full wash. I just rinse it so that there's no residue that's gonna harden on my juicer throughout the day while I'm at work and whatnot. So I just leave it rinsed off in the sink, and then I actually do washing with soap and everything at night. That way I just found that it was easier. I didn't have to be like scrubbing any hardened on like debris off my juicer. It was already kind of like it was kind of pre-cleaned, and then I do the deep clean at night, and then it's ready to go dry the next morning. So I kind of shared with you my tips for prepping the celery and using the juicer and all of that, and I just want to talk a little bit more about the taste. So the taste is really nasty. I found that drinking it with a straw is best. Of course, keep your celery refrigerated. I find drinking it cold makes it taste better. If it's a little warm, that's just even nastier. No one wants to drink like warm juice. So make sure your celery is nice and cold before you juice it, and then juice it will stay nice and cold. You could probably even pour it over ice if you wanted it a little colder. It would probably help with the flavor, but I just keep it refrigerated and find that it's totally fine. But using a straw is really helpful, and you just kind of have to choke it down until you get used to it. So like I said, I did it for a full month, and then I kind of burnt out. I was like, this is too much effort. I'm having to wash my juicer 100 times a week. I'm having to like wash the celery a bunch. This is just taking a lot of resources. This bag here is $2, so it's kind of expensive to keep buying celery and like constantly doing this. And I was just like, okay, my skin looks a lot better, but is it worth it? I didn't really see any other systemic like major body improvements that made it worth it to continue doing it. A couple other improvements I did see though were with digestion. So let's get a little TMI here and talk about the digestive effects of celery juice. So everyone's body is different, so everyone has a different reaction to it. But for me, it really works as a diuretic and really clears you out. So this is gonna be TMI. If you're not into this kind of like detail, just like click off of this video or skip ahead a little bit. But I don't know if you've ever drinking coffee and then immediately had to go to the bathroom, but that's what happens to me with celery juice. So I'll start drinking this, and then in the morning I immediately have to go to the bathroom, and it really clears me out, if you know what I'm saying. So now that nasty talk is over, that really happens for like a couple weeks, I find. So I was just really kind of getting cleared out, and then I kind of like got a little bit more regular where I wasn't like running to the bathroom as soon as I drank my celery juice in the morning. And not everyone has that experience, but that was just my experience. But I did find that, so celery juice is supposed to alkalize your gut, and I did find that my stomach felt a lot better. Even on days when I wasn't eating super healthy, if I was eating like super unhealthy foods or foods that typically do upset my stomach, I wasn't upsetting my stomach as much. Just like the overall like feeling of my gut was a lot better. It did make me slightly gassy. Like I said, that it was kind of part of that clearing out my system. But that did tend to subside after the first, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks of doing it. But it really did clear me out, and it did make my digestive system feel a lot better. But anyway, fast forward to the end of November, it was just too much work and I just wasn't into it, so I stopped for all of December. And then December was the holiday period, so I was, gorging myself on chocolates and baked goods and all that anyway. And then my skin was starting to get a lot worse again. So I had been looking so good at the end of November, and I was thinking, you know what, my skin's just gonna stay good, it's cool, I don't need to drink celery juice anymore. And then those pimples started coming back. So I kind of was just like, but it's the holidays, I'm not going to start this new healthy habit again. It's just too much effort. There's a lot going on. It's a really busy holiday season, of course. So I didn't start celery juicing again until January. And then I started again January 2nd, and I've been juicing every day since, and drinking my full 16 ounces straight celery juice in the morning on an empty stomach. And my skin has gotten so much better almost immediately. After 2 days, my boyfriend said to me, wow, your skin's looking really good again. And the effects were that quick the second time around. So I think I had kind of done the initial detox with my first month of juicing, and then I kind of just needed to reboot and kind of restart. So now I've been doing it every day, and I don't really see myself stopping. I really love celery juicing. I really think my skin is looking super clear. Right now I only have this one big blemish, and other than that it's just kind of residual acne scarring on my face. And again, it did kind of make my digestive system feel better right away. It was kind of clearing me out, and now I'm kind of back to feeling a little bit more regular again and not rushing to the bathroom in the mornings. And I'm just loving it. The biggest challenges I'm finding is finding the celery juice in stock at the grocery store. A lot of times the grocery stores near me are sold out, and it is kind of a pain to kind of buy all this plastic packaging and kind of have to do the whole thing. But for me, that's just like what's available near me. So that's what I've been doing and how I've been getting my celery juice. But I did want to mention one other detail. So I do struggle with face acne, and I was also getting a lot of acne under here on like my neck and kind of underneath my jaw, and that really cleared up. But I do also struggle with kind of chest, shoulder, and back acne, and I found that this hasn't cleared that up yet. It definitely is improved, and my skin looks a lot better in those areas, but it's not 100%. So I'll try to update you guys again in a few months. Maybe if I keep doing this consistently every day like I plan to, then hopefully all of that will be gone and I'll be seeing a lot more systemic benefits. Anyway, that's my experience with celery juice and how it's been helping my skin. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different, kind of a weird, kind of hippy-dippy kind of video for my channel, but you can look up the medical medium or just look up celery juice benefits online. There's tons of resources, and decide for yourself with your doctor and everything if it's the right thing for you. But I really have seen great benefits with my skin, and I just wanted to share my experience. I'm still uploading 2 days a week at the moment, so please subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss my next video, and thank you so much for watching.